Hey, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to give you a technique for adding some dimension to your manual die cuts, and I'm going to do it in a card. This is also using a piece of paper from my counterfeit kit club, and I'm going to use this die, which is from Hip Kit Club, and it's a Geo 1. And so one thing that you can do is you can take this foam, so fun foam, craft foam, and you can connect it with double-sided tape with your paper and put it through your die cut machine at the same time as your paper, all connected together. So I'm just adding this to it. I haven't actually used this die before doing this technique. It works really, really well with letters. It worked all right with this one. I would have, if I was to do it again, I would have made my paper just a little bit bigger because I had some issues with that. And then I tried to use my masking stamp tape, which was silly because it is not for this purpose, and it wouldn't stick, and that was fun. And then I used some washi, and I don't mind the masking tape to use, but because it doesn't pull the paper apart, but it doesn't stick to the wax backing. So I'm just putting it through really slowly. I could have put it through one more time. I was looking to make sure that there was an impression in all of the wax part of things for that, like the backing sheet, but I should have pulled one more time. And so I'm going to pull all of these out, and it did not make you watch all that because that took a while. And then I decided that maybe I don't want it on just a white card because it wasn't really showing up for me. And so I'm going to glue these edges down. And then I'm thinking about what I want to do. So I picked this one out because it looks kind of like a honeycomb. I do have some honeycomb ones too that I could have used, which probably would have made this easier, but it's okay. So I was looking at some of my Spellbinder stuff that I got from January. So they have this stitching die with this bee, and so I decided I was gonna use the bee because it's pretty cute. And then yeah, but using that foam really gives dimension, and you don't have to play around with piecing the pieces together afterwards. So this die didn't work as well as many of my other ones do, but it didn't work as well just cutting a piece of cardstock too. So I don't know. You might have to play in your machine with some of the tension and what plates you use, that kind of thing. And so now I'm just gonna, those are the stripes of the bee, the black and the antennae are on the black. And I thought about that creamy white for the wings, but then I pulled out this overhead sheet because why not? So I'm just gonna use my washi to tape it on. And so the two upper wings are different, but the two bottom wings are the same. So I'm gonna put all of this on all together to start with and run it through. Run it back. I could have done it a couple more times, but like the cardstock is fine. It's the laminate, the plastic sheet, the overhead sheet. And so it didn't quite cut, so I'm going to put it through again. I'm going to take a look, and it's like, nope. And this is quite a bit thinner than cardstock, so I just put this foam piece that I had before and used it as a shim. I could have used a couple of pieces of cardstock and that probably would have worked better, but I was being lazy and that one piece of cardstock wasn't going to cover everything, so it is what it is. So it cut out a couple of them okay, it cut out a couple of them not quite, so one I'm going to put through again, and then the bottom wing, I need that second one off, but when I cut it out I didn't line it up as good as I should have, so I'm gonna have to do that one a third time. And the big wing did cut the one edge, but it's easy enough to, I'm just gonna cut it out. So right now, just cutting the little pieces out that I needed because it was the tiniest piece that didn't cut. So now I'm going to do this bottom piece one more time. And this actually worked really well for a shim. And I just put the foam piece aside to use it as a shim again because, well, whatever. I've already used it once. So I've got all these pieces out. I'm going to pick out some yellow DMC floss, and I am not going to stitch on camera, but I did use two threads, and then I doubled them over. I looped it to secure on the back, because when you stitch these wings, you have to be really, really careful on when your stitches go. And it was a little tedious, so instead of showing you all of that on here, I just have it done. So this is what that card, the background looks. This is what the bee looks like. And I've already put some adhesive on, and this is what one of the wings looks like. And so on this piece that I'm going to make a card out of now, I did cut another piece out of cardstock and put it on top, and it's slightly offset on purpose. I didn't show that on here, but I'm just going to be honest that that's what I did with this as well. I know that one wasn't too bad to glue on, but sometimes they can be a little bit harder to glue on when there's lots of different intricate pieces or they're tiny, and so it does really, really well work well with the foam with like little letters and that kind of thing. One thing to note while I'm cutting my paper, I thought I took this out, but obviously I didn't. One thing to note when you're doing the foam is you will see the foam when you cut it. So pick a color that's going to complement the paper that you're using. So now I'm just scoring my card. I thought I took that out. I did not. But meh, okay. Okay, and so now I'm going to put that on my card. Just going to glue it right on down. I could use double-sided tape again, but meh. And that was clogged, and then I dropped the lid, so I cut all that out. Now it's putting on my bee. And so I like the bee. I think it's beautiful from Spellbinders. I love their stitching dies. I don't have very many of them, but I love them. And on the card that says what to do, they have the top wings facing up, and I'm working through that, and so I sped this up because you get to see me like be frustrated with the wings. They look like a butterfly wing, and bees don't have butterfly wings. Bees' wings kind of, yes, they go out to the side, but they don't go up front like that. Not really. They like do figure eights on the sides, and I'm a science teacher and it's bugging me. So it's bugging me, and I'm like, do I just do it? Just put it in there. So I did that, and then I was like, I don't like it. So I just grabbed the dauber that had some black on it, and I'm like, I still am fiddling with it. And I'm like, I don't like it. Bugs me. Well, what if I put them so they are laying like they should? Like so. Yep, that is so much better to me. Yeah, the things that bug people. That really bugged me, and I like it so much better now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white on the inside of the card. And I'm using part of the card that I cut the top off of with the background on that hexagon stuff, because why not? I decided I didn't want to use it the way I had it, so it's all good. I can still use the other pieces, not a big deal. Added a little bit of edging with my dauber again. Just gonna scuff up the edges to make it look pretty. And then I'm gonna pull out this Spellbinders stamp from January's, and I'm gonna put the honey pot in, because we have a bee, we might as well have a honey pot. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment, have a beautiful day. And then I was looking in there to see if there is colors I wanted to color with, and then I'm going to fiddle with this wing one more time. There we go. And I'm going to pull out my Copic markers. And so I don't have a whole lot of these. And so I'm going to use what I have. So I'm going to use, I have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 yellows. And so I'm coloring the shading part on the stamp a little bit darker. And then I pulled out, these are literally the extent of my markers. And so I pulled out this darker yellow one to mimic a little more color of honey. And I liked that more. And then with the rope around the honey jar, I'm just going to dot with the brown first. And then I'm going to color it like this for the second. And then that does give a little bit of different dimension in the coloring there. I am definitely not an expert when it comes to coloring, but it's okay. And then I was outside the line a little bit, so I'm going to use my color blender to kind of blend that a bit so that it's not so noticeable. And then I don't know why I chose orange. I just did because I don't have that many colors. So coloring with orange. And then I wasn't sure I liked it, so I was like, do I like restart? I did want to restart. And I do like it now. I just have to finish. So I use this light gray to go along the edge of the glass and some of the other shading of the glass, and do a little bit of shading on the lid and that kind of stuff, and then it's all done. So that's my card. Here's a close-up of the hexy part of things, and a close-up of my stitching on the bee and the inside of my card. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you liked this one, you might like some other ones. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.